Initiating cyberbrain protocol. Time for battle. Whoa, that was brutal. Initiating cyberbrain protocol. Time for battle.
Okay, welcome back guys, and we're back here in NieR Replicant. So yes, I hope everyone have a great day, great Monday. So thank you so much to Zaira for the like and for the shares, and also to Ariel Cercado. Thank you, Tanker Graham. Thank you for the like, and also to Carl of Taiga and Mingo. So yes, this will be my second run for the NieR Replicant. This will be the story B. We finished the first run last week. So yes, this time we will try to continue in the game and try to see how will be the stories of other characters. Okay, so let's go. Thank you for the like guys, and welcome back here. So yes, good evening. Okay, so yes, we will be, yeah, we will start with this one. Yeah, it's been a while, Ariel. It's been a while. How are you doing? You'll be back in Manila tomorrow. That's nice. I think by the way, last time I arrived in this part, but I don't know why. I've got some issues with Streamlabs, so the stream was cut off at that time. So I don't know if I'm going to skip this part, but
Whenever
probably
I
not.
interacted
For those
with
who haven't,
Kaine, I was reminded
those
about
who
something
haven't
from
seen
my
it.
past. Maybe my mind has been confusing her with my sister this whole time. Anyway.
So yeah, I'm not going to skip it again because for those who haven't seen it last time, this part is really important. Though it's a lot of reading, but really, I read a lot last time and it was really like a full novel. Okay, so let me read it again. The sound of rain filled the village. So for those who doesn't want to read it, I'm so sorry guys, but if I won't do it, you won't understand some of the parts of the game, and it's really important. Too bad that they just put a lot of text in it. They could have put something else like a cinematic or what, but I think they just want to limit the, to make the game a bit cheaper. So okay, let's go. And hello to Raleigh, by the way. Thank you for the like, Raleigh. So let's go. The sound of rain filled the village. The steep cliffs that surrounded the area magnified sound, causing even the slightest drizzle to rattle like a thunderstorm. Thin wisp of smoke streamed from huts as the villagers huddled in their homes and waited out the rain. A single child, however, had braved the downpour and was now wandering slowly toward the wooden hulk, shaped weather vane at the center of town. The wanderer reached the vane, which had existed for as long as any could remember, and stared. The child's face was simultaneously delicate and fierce, like a teacup that had survived a shipwreck. Those traits combined with pale white skin to give the face an almost sexless quality. If the break turns east, I go home, break. I mean, if the beak turns east, I go home. Zaira, I'm going to restart it because the stream was cut last time, and those who haven't read it won't understand the story if I'm going to skip it, so bear with me, guys. Okay, if it stays west, then the child, blink. Rain slowly dripped down the young one's short hair and began its long descent to the ground. Come on. Oh, come on! The child felt a slight breeze and watched as the vein slowly creaked to life. Spinning this way and that for a moment, it finally settled with the beak pointing firmly toward the east. East? Really? Before the vein could move again, a jagged rock came spinning and tumbling through the air, striking home against the child's head. The force of the blow dropped the child to the ground as a hail of stones began to fall all around. Oh no, they found me! A heartbreaking smile crept across the child's face as the stones continued their assault. Through the rain, the sound of multiple footsteps grew louder before a voice rang out. You, Kaine! The voice belonged to Demo, worst of all the bullies in the area. As Kaine struggled to stand, a final stone came skittering through the mud and bounced against her foot. Blood oozed from a cut above her eye and blurred her vision, but she could make out the shapes of Demo and his usual gang of idiots. The boy seemed taken aback for a moment by Kaine's seeming indifference to the blood dripping from her face, but quickly regained his bravado. What's up, freak? You like the rain? You like getting all wet? Or did you finally decide to run away from home? Though she knew it was futile, Kaine turned to leave. Before she could get more than a few steps, the other children scrambled to surround her, cruelty burning in their eyes. Kaine knew those were not the only eyes on her. The tormentor's parents watched from the safety of their homes. She was attuned to this sensation. It was one she had experienced many times before. While some villagers simply turned a blind eye to the actions of their children, many encouraged it openly. In a society ruled by superstition and fear, Kaine was something to be hated, and if possible, destroyed. I didn't say you could leave, freak. Demo's words chewed at her like a worm through an apple. He can't hurt me, she lied to herself. Sorry. Be strong. Be brave. He can't hurt me. He can't hurt me. Oh, look! The little freak is gonna cry. What's wrong? Are you sad that everyone hates you and wants you dead? Kaine prayed for the rain to flood down and carry her away from a world that seemed to have no place for her. But if there were gods, they'd choose to ignore her. As Dima crept over closer, the clouds began to thin and the rain slowed. Even the weather hates me. I'm useless. A failure. I wish Demo's rock had taken my head off. Kaine couldn't meet Demo's leering gaze. She lowered her eyes and stared at the muddy ground below. The bully moved forward until he was inches away. She could smell the scent of old meat on his breath. The boy grabbed Kaine's face with thick fingers and yanked it upward. She tried to run away, to turn away, but he forced her gaze back and jammed his thumb against her eyelid to pry it open. Show me. No. Did you just say no? Dima grinned evilly. You don't say no to me. No one says no to me. Even taking his action from Kaine, not even taking his action from his attention from Kaine. I'm sorry, guys. I trip with my words. He called his cards. Come on, guys. Let's give the freak what she deserves. As soon as Timo finished, kicks and blows began to rain down upon Kaine. Dimo paused, still grinning, as Kaine curled into a ball and tried to make the pain stop. I don't get you, freak. What you acting like a girl for, huh? Everyone knows what you really are. Kaine ignored the question, choosing instead to stare at the weather vane. It continued to point east, as if supremely confident about the future it had chosen for her. Go home? Yeah, that's a funny joke for someone with dead parents and no home to go to. Freak! Chanted children. Freak! Freak! Kaine closed her eyes and listened to the rain, waiting for the pain to start again. As the clutching hands of the village children closed around her, she bent her mind to the sound of the rain, letting it become her world entire. The rain fell, but the pain never came. Only when the laughter of her tormentors turned to terrified cries did she dare open a single black blood-caked eye. Kaine was shocked to see Dimo sprawled on the ground, holding his head and screaming in pain. She could see blood welling from spaces between his fat, twisted fingers. Oh my god, he's crying. He's actually crying. Deprived of their leader, the other children glanced back and forth between themselves, as if waiting for someone to step forward and take charge. When no savior emerged, they began an easy shuffle away from Kaine. But the young girl was the last of their concerns. Instead, their attention was wrapped on the ancient woman standing a few feet away. After struggling for breath for a moment, she finally spoke in a voice thick with rage. Hurts like a bitch, don't it? Now I suggest you scatter before I throw another one. And if any of you little bastards ever touch my Kaine again, I'll do far worse than throw a rock. You can count on it. The old woman crouched down and gently touched the hand Dimo was using to cover the wound. Before he could think to protest, she ground her palm into the wound and twisted back and forth. Oh! He screamed, leaping to his feet. Stop it! What are you doing? Quit whining. Ain't no one ever died from a scratch. You hit me with a rock, you stupid. A big one. That thing could have killed me. The old woman shrugged. That is the best cure for stupid. Dimo's face twisted with rage at her words. Locking his eyes on Kaine, he took a step backward and spat on the ground. Get out! Leave this village! No one wants you here, either of you! Seeing the old woman grab another stone, Dimo and his companions turned tail and ran. As they fled, the old woman grabbed her side and barked out a single laugh. Ha! Look at the fat boy go! Guess he's healthy enough to run from a fight. The woman's smile faded as she turned her attention to Kaine. Kneeling down, she removed her shawl and placed it around the young girl's shoulders, then produced a cloth from her folds of dress and began blotting at the blood on her forehead. Oh, Kaine, she said, why didn't you fight back? You're stronger than that lot. The words of her grandmother stung Kaine, and she turned away. Don't be nice to me, she said. I don't deserve it. Nothing matters anymore. Her tears, held in check for so long, finally began to fall on the muddy ground below. Everyone hates me. They think I cause bad things to happen. They think I'm a freak. I wish I was dead. As Kaine's tears turned to sobs, she felt her grandmother's hands on her shoulders. Despite her advanced age and diminutive size, she was a woman of surprising strength, and Kaine found herself unable to turn away. Don't talk like that, girl. It's a river wide and deep that flows between the realms of this world and the next, and it grants no mercy to any that attempt to cross it. You got a duty to fight until your last breath. Understand? The old woman tightened her grip and tried to still the tremor in her voice. You know the pain of losing someone close to you, Kaine. You know because you survived it. As the words hit home, Kaine was struck by the force of her love for the old woman. As a young child, she did not even know of her grandmother, but when her parents died, the woman quickly accepted her as her own. Grandma! Grandma! Okay, Grandma, as Kaine called her, was cunning, vulgar, and quick to violence. And their first few years together had not been easy. But with each year that passed, Kaine and her grandmother had grown closer. However, it was only now, sitting in the mud with tears and blood caking her face, that Kaine truly understood the depths of her affection. Here was a woman who had seen hard times, who had seen death, who had fought through all these things, and somehow emerged on the other side. If anyone could understand Kaine's pain and loneliness, it was her. Do I make you sick, Grandma? Of course not. Don't be an ass. Kaine drew her grandmother's moth-eaten shawl around her body and shuddered. But my body, it's not normal. If I was normal, then Mom and Dad wouldn't... Shh, interrupted Grandma. I'll not hear another word of this nonsense. You're my granddaughter, and I love you. And if folks have a problem with that, they can just go to hell. With that, the old woman reached out and placed a wreath of dried flowers in Kaine's hair. The skill it took to bend the flowers without breaking the stem or losing a single petal was remarkable, and the beauty of it made Kaine want to cry all over again. Oh my gosh, these are lunar tears. Grandma, you made this for me? Lunar tears were legendary flowers. Most people could live their entire lives without ever seeing one, and yet her grandmother had somehow collected a dozen or more. Kaine reached up and touched the wreath as if she couldn't believe it was real. Where did you find these? Just stumbled on them while I was doing some shopping. The old woman turned away as she spoke, leading Kaine to suspect that the search had been more difficult than she was letting on. The pains she took to construct the ornament, let alone track down the flowers used in its construction, made Kaine's heart hurt. She reached up and gently adjusted the wreath, admiring the way it felt between her fingers. "Don't quite turn out right," said her grandmother as she squinted at it. "These old hands have trouble with delicate work, but it sure looks good on a pretty girl like you." Kaine blushed and turned away. "You think I'm pretty?" "Of course you are. What a fool thing to say." "Thank you, Grandma." Her grandmother smiled. "We're gonna be fine, you and me," she said. "Long as we got each other, we'll be just fine." Kaine took her grandmother's hands in hers, and the two of them struggled to their feet. As they began the long walk home, Kaine gripped the hand with all her might as if trying to stop smoke from drifting away on the wind. The rain had stopped. Kenny stood beneath the weather vane, watching it spin in lazy circles, no longer caring about the direction it faced when it stopped. I don't need to escape. I have a home now. Grandma loves me, and that's enough. Even if it's us against the world. Kaine let her gaze drift up past the vane and into the cloudy sky. The last faint hints of a rainbow were slowly fading. As she turned and headed for home, the light scattered into a million particles and vanished, seemingly taken away on the breeze. Kaine streams daily life. In the distance, Kaine heard the steady sound of an axe striking wood. The noise had a purposeful quality to it, as if she was hearing Master Woodsman go about his work. The firewood being produced, however, was as far from a work of art as could be. Pieces of every shape and size were being flung about a barren yard with wild abandon. Anyone trying to stack such wood would probably die of frustration before the job was through. Stupid piece of shit axe. Kaine's grandmother flailed away with the axe, filling the air with both splinters of wood and words that would make the most hardened sailor blush. Grandma, called Kaine. That you, Kaine? Yelled the old woman, taking her eyes off the wood for a moment. Don't get too close, or I might take your goddamn foot off by mistake. She brought the axe down on a piece of wood, sending chips flying in every direction. One spun past Kaine close enough for her to hear the whistle, at which point she decided to step back. Once she scuttled to a safe distance, she cupped her hands around her mouth and shouted, Grandma! Do you need help? I can get you water or lunch or a new axe or something. The axe, poised to strike another wobbly blow, paused in midair. The old woman considered her granddaughter's offer for a moment, then smiled. Tell you what, since I'm doing such a piss-poor job of chopping, why don't you come here and take over so I can go get the water? Shades have been restless lately, and I don't want you running into one of them bastards. Relinquishing the axe, her grandmother picked up a long pole with wooden buckets on either end. Gathering water was by far the more difficult of the two jobs, but Kaine knew better than to complain. Once Grandma's mind was set, there was no changing it. Kaine did her best to help with chores, but Grandma took every task that required travel to the village. Though she had a long list of plausible excuses, Kaine knew the real reason. She did not want her granddaughter to be taunted and harassed by the villagers. Once Kaine moved in, Grandma decided to take up residence a good distance from the area. Out of sight, out of mind seemed to be the best policy when it came to the villagers and her granddaughter. And rare were the days when any but the two of them could be found on the rocky arc of land he called home. Kaine enjoyed the solitude, but harbored a secret resentment that her grandmother was forced to spend her golden years in such a place. After watching her grandmother leave, Kaine turned her attention to the task at hand. She had never chopped wood before in her life, and soon discovered why the old woman hated the chore. Swing after swing of the axe produced only a tiny crack in the wood, and when she finally managed to connect with a solid stroke, the tool embedded embedded itself in the log and refused to budge. Frustrated, Kaine swung the axe around her head and threw it, log and all, across the yard. Damn it! Damn! She suddenly understood the joy her grandmother felt in a good curse. Happier now, she picked up the axe, forced it from the wood, and resumed chopping. She had a natural skill with a blade, but the task was challenging, and blisters soon began to form on her small pink hands. This is tough. And my logs are all weird sizes. Spitting on her palms and ignoring the pain, Kaine redoubled her efforts. Just as she was developing a rhythm, Grandma returned from the village. Setting down her buckets with a small sigh, she took one look at the logs and coughed out a wheezy laugh. Pretty clumsy, girl. You better practice if... Her grandmother suddenly collapsed to her knees, causing one of the buckets to wobble precariously. Eyes wide, Kaine dropped the axe and ran to her grandmother's side. Grandma! The old woman shook her head and pointed a trembling finger at the bucket. Get the bucket. Can't let it spill. Kaine steadied the bucket with a foot as she knelt by her grandmother. A small bit of water sloshed over the side and made a new home in the hem of her dress, but Kaine did not notice. Grandma? Grandma, what's happening? Crazed with panic, she grabbed her grandmother by the shoulder and shook. After a moment, the woman lifted her arms and batted Kaine away. Stop that, just stop, she cried. Sorry, guys. Oh my god, I'm running out of air already. Let me drink my tea, okay? I'm running out of saliva. Okay, let's go back to reading. It ain't like I'm dying. Just tired from the trip is all. Kaine desperately wanted to believe her, but one look at the old woman's shaking hands and worn face told her more than words ever could. Her grandmother had lived long, hard life, and it seemed the bill was finally coming due. The time when her grandmother watched over Kaine was ending. Sooner than either of them had feared, the position would be reversed. The next morning, Kaine came to the side of her grandmother's bed and took her wrinkled hand. Grandma, you're sick and you need medicine. I'm going to the village. The old woman shook her head and tried to rise, but Kaine gently pushed her down. It's all right, she said. I'll be fine. Her grandmother fixed her with a gaze that could melt steel. After what seemed an eternity, she finally lowered her eyes and sighed. Well, I don't like it, god damn it. I'm sorry, I really can't have that voice. Gosh. But I don't like it, god damn it. But I guess I should quit being so stubborn and let you grow up. The old woman watched as Kaine strapped her boots and made her way down the road to the village. Hours later, as an unseen sun made its way across a dark and rainy sky, she was still watching. Kaine moved at a brisk pace, checking her pockets every few minutes to make sure the money her grandmother had gave her was still there. Every noise caused her to spin on her heels, making sure she wasn't being stalked by a shade, or worse, Demo and his gang. But she encountered neither tormentors nor shades, and Kaine finally found herself at the entrance to the village. The few adults she could see glanced sideways at her, then muttered to each other behind raised hands before slinking away into the shadows. Her heart racing, Kaine took a series of rapid, shallow breaths and tried to calm herself. I have to prove myself. I have to help Grandma. I have to be strong. She chanted those words to herself over and over as she slowly made her way. Finally, her eyes settled on a rotund older woman who was angrily waving her arms in the air and telling anyone who would listen exactly what she thought of Kaine's presence. "Hey lady," said Kaine with a bravado she did not feel. "Where's the apothecary?" The woman's flabby cheeks showed in bewildered anger. "How dare this thing speak to me?" they seemed to say. But Kaine saw that her eyes held a different emotion. Fear. "Yeah, we're both scared, lady. Trust me on this one." "Which way?" Kaine repeated. The woman pointed at a small building to her right before hitching up her dress and stumbling off in the other direction. Kaine cringed, expecting a stone to come flying from the assembled crowd, but none came. Hola, Israel. Thank you, Israel. Thank you. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm reading a lot in this game because there's a lot of reading. My God. And I'm so sorry if I couldn't, how you call that one? If I couldn't skip it because this part is really important, even if it's, if it's a lot, if it's too much, but really it's one of the most important thing in the game, in the story. Okay, so let's go back. Where are we? Her mind was filled with a strange sense of pride as she made her way to the apothecary. But a new emotion had little time to take root. For as soon as she opened the door, she noticed a familiar customer at the counter. It was Demo. He had clearly been sent here on some kind of family errand, because his gang of followers was nowhere to be found. "Oh my," he sputtered. "I mean, what are you doing here, freak?" The insult was delivered without force, and Kaine happily ignored it. Stretching on tiptoes to see over the counter, she asked the shopkeeper for the medicine. "Huh," barked Demo. "The old bitch finally keel over? Go to hell, Demo." The boy's eyes grew so wide they seemed ready to fall out of his head. But before he could let fly a comeback, or worse, a punch, the apothecary told him to knock it off before he kicked them out of the store. Demo slunk out of the shop, cursing Kaine under his breath. Once he was gone, she allowed herself to breathe once more, taking a brief tour of the shop while the owner prepared her medication. Countless tiny bottles filled the cramped store, each with a label written in some undecipherable language. Oh my god. Oh my god, there's a lot of reading. I'm running out of breath already. I'm sorry, guys. An ocean of aromas assaulted her nose, creating a scent that was exotic, but not altogether unpleasant. Hey, Mr. Pabo, thank you so much for the like, Noi. We're back here in reading, Noi. My god. Seeing such a variety of supplies gave Kaine a sense of peace. Surely, in a world so vast, there would be a place that she could call home. On the far wall, behind the counter, rested a portrait of a stunning young girl.
Whoa!
The picture had once contained bright, vibrant colors, but time had worked its cruel magic, and they were beginning to fade. The beauty of the work, however, remained undiminished. You like that picture? Kaine turned to find the apothecary with a small vial of medicine in his hand. His eyes were gentle but sad, and they seemed to stare through her and into nothing as he spoke. Oh yeah, Pao, this is not French because I feel bad. I feel bad that it's only me who understand it in French and not to those who doesn't speak French. So I just switch it to English so that I don't need to translate it, in English, because you know me, I'm so limited in Englishing. Oh my god. Please help me, God. Okay, so let's go back. I'm very sorry, guys, if I don't want to skip the text, because like what I said, this is really important in the story, and as I wanted to know the story as well, I don't want to miss anything. Okay, that's my daughter. I sketched it when she was just a little girl. She's been dead a long time now. Kaine didn't know how to respond. She just stared at the portrait and tried to come up with the right words. Pictures are wonderful things, continued the shopkeeper. They let the ones closest to you live on forever. He shook his head slightly, then looked down at Kaine and smiled. Handing her the medicine, he reached into his sizable green apron and produced a handful of old wax crayons. You should have this. There's no one left that I wish to draw.
Initiating cyberbrain protocol.
Kaine took an instinctive step back, causing the shopkeeper's face to darken. And hello to Miguel. Thank you, Miguel. So yes, thank you for the like, Mr. Pablo and Willem Gaming. Yes, I've heard the rumors about you, he said. It's a small village, and words travels quickly. Between you and me, I'm not sure which of them to believe, but I also don't think they matter much. I know your grandmother, Kali, and I think the way she was driven out of this town is just deplorable. Grandma's name is Kali? Thought Kaine suddenly. So even Kaine don't know her grandmother's name. Interesting. I'm doing good, Miguel. I'm doing good. I'm struggling reading here. I'm practicing reading. I can't skip it. I'm sorry. So where are we now? She was still mulling this new fact over in her mind, and she reached out and gently took the crayons from the apothecary's hands. Your grandmother is an old friend of mine, he said as Kaine scooted away yet again, and I owe her much. I wager she would like it if you draw a picture of her. Yes, I think she would like it that very much. Kaine murmured a quiet agreement, but inside her heart was bursting. Never before had a villager treated her with anything but complete contempt. It was a tiny, almost imperceptible step, but it was a step nonetheless. And with enough tiny steps, she might one day discover the rest of the world. When Kaine returned home, she found her grandmother asleep in her bed. Her feet were blackened and raw, even bleeding a bit in places, leading Kaine to think that she had been pacing around the room until exhaustion finally caught up with her. She placed the medicine by her grandmother's pillow and turned to leave, but found the old woman's hand clasped around her arm. Oh my god, Joe Fox is here! I'm so sure Joe Fox is going to make fun of me that I'm reading and I don't have those, the way how Joe read things, Okay, my gosh, this is so long. Back already, are you? Asked her grandmother with a yawn. Come on, let me take a look at you. Grandma sat up and examined Kaine from head to toe. Finally satisfied that nothing terrible had befallen her grandchild, she leaned back and allowed herself to relax. Well, how was it? Those bastards give you any trouble? It was kind of fun, said Kaine with a small smile. No, seriously, it was. Fun, eh? Asked her grandmother in a voice which implied she believed anything but. Uh-huh. So anytime you need me to run an errand, just let me know. No, I'm sorry. This is Kaine talking. Uh-huh. So anytime you need me to run an errand, just let me know. As she spoke, Kaine removed the crayon from her pocket, After a brief explanation of their source, she informed her grandmother that she was going to sketch her portrait. A portrait of me? Ridiculous. No one wants to stare at a wrinkled old crone. But Grandma, it'll make you live forever. Horse shit! Said her grandmother, throwing back the sheet from her bed. Living forever would just piss me off. Now put those crayons away and help me with dinner. I'm really bad in acting, so sorry. And from Joe Fox here, let me see. Shoutout naman dyan, Lodi. May giveaway ba ngayong gabi, Loads? Walang giveaway. Wala akong pag-giveaway. Wala akong load. Okay. But Kaine would not relent, and in the end, Grandma found herself leaning against the wall of their house, as if posing for a master artist. Kaine took up the crayons, eyed her subject carefully, and set to work. Just as her grandmother was about to nod off, Kaine finished the piece. After staring at it for a bit, she released it from her grip and let it slowly drip to the floor. It's terrible. It doesn't look like you at all. I'm sorry, Grandma. I thought these crayons would, make drawing easy or something. The old woman's eyes narrowed at her granddaughter's disappointment. Let me be the judge of that, she said, ignoring the pain in her back and reaching for the paper. The sketch could have been a person's face. It also could have been a boulder, a lump of clay, or an incredibly misshapen loaf of bread, all rendered in a chaotic array of colors. The old woman stared at the picture for a long time, then slowly wheezed out a laugh. Oh, Kaine, she said between her laughter. You truly are my blood. You're as clumsy as me, and I love it. Wait, where are we? But I won't hear any more bull about. Where am I again? Okay. I won't hear any more bull about how ugly you think it is. It came from the heart, and I'll treasure it always. True to her word, the old woman gave the picture a place of honor above the kitchen table. In the days that followed, Kaine would often catch her staring at the portrait with a strange smile on her face, an action she interpreted as silent, mocking laughter. A week later, Kaine could stand it no more and asked her grandmother to take the artwork down. Push! Said the old woman. I'll take this down when they roll me in the shroud. She pondered for a bit, then turned to Kaine and dropped to one knee. My goodness, that's a lot of reading. Listen to me, girl. Saying this picture makes me happy in a way I've never felt before. And it makes me want to go on, so that someday you can feel the same happiness. It was a moment that burned itself in Kaine's memory, a perfect blend of pride and love and joy that came together to form a lifelong remembrance. She swore to never forget this moment, to never forget the old woman who had made her place in the world possible. Time moves on. People and memories moved in and out of her life like ghosts passing through a hall. But this moment will be different, Kaine swore, because I will remember it forever. Forever. Am I done? Oh no, I'm not done yet. Kaine listened to the sound of crackling firewood and stared at the black object on her plate. She'd been pushing it around the wood disc for a good 10 minutes, ignoring the bemused stare of her grandmother. Finally, she summoned her courage and gave the object a brief sniff. A sharp, bitter scent flew up her nostrils and made its home there, causing her face to twist with disgust. Grandma, I can't believe you want me to eat a bug. The old woman threw some more wood under the cooking pot and snorted. It's no bug, you fool girl. It's a berry. Why the hell would I be feeding you bugs? Yeah, well, it sure looks like a bug, said Kaine. And I think it's burned or something, because it smells terrible. With that, Kaine held her nose and threw the berry in her mouth, chewing as little as possible. Oh yeah, that's terrible, alright. Why, you little brat, laughed the old woman. Look at this sass on you. You've been spending too much time with me, and that's a fact. 5 years had passed since the moment when Kaine's grandmother saved her from the bullies. As is often the way with two stubborn people, their relationship had grown in fits and starts, but moved forward all at the same time. Oh, all the same, sorry. Meals that used to be summer affairs were now filled with laughter and hurled abuse in equal measure. Kaine could not remember a time when she had been happier. As years went by, Kaine started to shoulder more and more of the daily responsibilities. Her grandmother's legs grew weaker by the day, and she could no longer do many of the chores she used to take for granted. And so this morning found Kaine lacing up her work boots, with a breakfast of burnt berry rolling through her belly. "Where are you going today?" asked Grandma suddenly. Kaine looked up, surprised. The old woman rarely asked for specifics anymore. "Well, I was gonna check out the kelma trees and see if they were ripe. I thought we could make some jam or something. Oh, and I'm going to pick some flagstones, so I need to take the wheelbarrow." "Flagstones? What in the hell for?" Kaine stared at her grandmother, then held out an arm and swept it around her home. Constructed mostly of cloth, rope, and rubble, the old place sagged like a Baxter in the final round. "Grandma, a dying cat could shoot through this house. I'm going to build a stone wall so we have some protection." My gosh, let me drink my tea, guys. I'm running out of flour already, my goodness. A lot of reading. The old woman laughed, exposing her toothless grin to the world. "Goddamn girl, if a bunch of thieves want to ransack this old place, let them come. We got nothing worth stealing anyway." "I'm not worried about thieves. I'm worried about shades. People saw one west of the village yesterday." The old woman tilted her head and stared at her granddaughter. "Well, shoot! I don't know why you have to do it today. We can worry about it some other." "Grandma, no. If I don't go to the kelma trees, we won't eat tonight. You know that." A confused expression passed across the old woman's face, and for a moment she was a small child lost at a carnival. "Yes," she said after a bit. "Yes, of course you're right. I'm sorry, Kaine. Lately it seems my mind is..." She didn't finish the thought, instead walking over to her nightstand and gently taking the wreath of lunar tears from the drawer. The flower's petals had aged to a brilliant whiteness, and Kaine thought it was more beautiful than the day she first received it. "You're gonna be a true woman soon," Grandma said as she placed the flowers in the girl's hair. "So that means less chatter about shades and building defensive walls and more talk about how beautiful you've become." Annoyed, Kaine reached up to remove the garland, but the look on her grandmother's face stopped her hand. You're a beautiful thing," said the old woman, "and there ain't another like you in all the world. I'm very proud of you." "Okay, Grandma, that's enough goddamn compliments for one day." "Such a mouth on you. Where did that come from?" "Gee, I wonder." I'll teach you to sass me, girl. Suddenly she lurched forward and grabbed Kaine by the ears, pulling her around the room with a crazed grin on her face. Grandma! Yelled Kaine in a quaking voice. Grandma, stop it! What the hell? Oh my god, when will this end? The old woman stared at her and blinked, then slowly held her wrinkled hands as if it was the first time she had ever seen them. Oh, I don't know what happened there. I'm sorry, girl. Sometimes my mind just... Kaine took the look on her grandmother's face was the most heartbreaking thing she had ever seen. Listen, she began. Maybe I should stay home after all. No, I won't have you to stay here to keep an eye on an old codger like me. You go get your fruit and your wool and whatnot. I'll be fine. And when you come back, I'll have a nice grasshopper dinner waiting for you. Grasshopper dinner. Bon appetit. Kaine rolled her eyes, then kissed her grandmother on the forehead and made ready to depart, trying desperately to ignore the worry that was gnawing at the walls of her heart. Kaine could feel the old woman's eyes watching her as she moved down the path. Don't turn around, she told herself, but in the end the temptation was too great. She spun on her heel for one final look and saw a small, bent woman standing in front of a ramshackle hut with a sad expression on her face. Gods, she looks so old now. It's like the wind could reach down and just carry her away. Kaine worried about her grandmother all day, causing her work to suffer. What little fruit she could collect was tossed carelessly onto the wheelbarrow, and she only found a couple of stones before losing interest in the project. Finally, the dusk approached. She decided to call it a day. Cursing herself for the lack of focus, Kaine pushed the nearly empty wheelbarrow back down the path. Oh my god. Too big. Joe, back up, Joe! Oh my god, this is a lot of reading, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, where are we? As she crested the final hill, she suddenly froze in place. The wheelbarrow fell from her fingers and collapsed on its side, sending a few pieces of wrinkled brown fruit rolling back down the hill. Her gaze was transfixed by a thick black cloud that hovered just ahead. Tracing its path with a finger, Kaine suddenly felt her stomach not in on itself. Discord daw. Discord, sige mag-Discord. Okay, Joe Fox is going to read it for me, guys. I'm so sorry, but I am having difficulties here, so I'll just let Joe Fox to read it for me. I'm running out of breath and laway already, so I'm so sorry. Okay, so I'm here in Discord, Joe. Join me. I'm alone here. Okay. Asan ka, Joe? Back up na this. I have my backup here. Thank you, Joe Fox, for the backup. Hoy, Joe. Sa mukha, basay. Okay. What's man?
Share screen.
Oh, share screen day. Sorry, na good. Wait, let me share my screen. Grabe. I mean, I can share it, Joe. It's on my Xbox, Joe. I'll just share you my this one, my Streamlabs. Like this. I think you can read it, right? Is it big enough?
Okay.
Okay. Yes, na
Where
up. You can read it here. You can start reading it here. Oh, you want me to? Wait. Let me try to switch my
Ikaw
screen.
si Kaine. Ako si grandma og narrator.
Sige. Okay, Joe will be playing the grandma and the narrator, and I will be Kaine. Sige na, Joe.
As she crested the final hill, she suddenly froze in place. The wheelbarrow fell from her fingers and collapsed on its side, sending a few pieces of wrinkled brown fruit rolling back down the hill. Her gaze was transfixed by a thick black cloud that hovered just ahead. Retracing its path with a finger, Kindness suddenly felt her stomach knot in on herself.
Joe, samot man kahinay, Joe. Nagdali-dali ikog basa niya. Ikaw kahinay.
Gadali di ka! Di
Gadali
man
ko.
dali on good.
Gadali ko. Iki parang human na ni, oy.
Morgan Freeman gani ni.
Morgan.
Usay ra ka makadungog na ako mag Morgan Freeman.
Paspasin sa na.
Oh gods no.
Paspasin sa na, Joe. Tayo mo naman.
Andy Dufresne.
Okay, let's go.
Ay, content man na good. Content man.
Uy, gadali-dali ikog basa. I'm trying to read it. I tried to read it fast, oy, so I can finish it fast. Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay. No. Oh gods, no.
Okay, go. Her grandmother's house was ablaze, the flames licking up as if trying to touch the sky itself.
Grandma? Grandma!
Oh, Kaine. Kaine! Kaine ran then, faster than she ever moved in her life. Once she tripped on a stone and went sprawling into the rocky ground, but she leapt to her feet and continued running, unmindful of the blood that spilled from her wounded hands and knees. As she got closer and closer, Kaine's mind began to race in time with her footfalls.
It's too dark.
Go, Kaine. Storya.
Man akong storya, ay. I said it's
Oh,
too dark.
okay.
Oh my god, grabe, nabungo naman si grandma.
What pa ba yung grandma?
Okay. It's too dark. Not just fire. Can't be fire. Too much smoke. Gotta save her. Gotta save her.
Gotta catch 'em all. She burst into the front yard and came to a sudden halt. Her worst suspicions confirmed. The smoke from the fire was mingling with the thick, inky blackness of an enormous shade. The massive creature supported itself on 3 twisted feet, achieved balance through means of a large armored tail. Scale horns and claws sprouted from its body like in a random, chaotic pattern, giving it the appearance of a lizard designed by some insane god. Seeing Kaine, it let out a roar, flicked its tail, sending small whirlwinds spinning around the yard. For a moment, the creature retreated into a shimmering, inky blackness, as if her mind was unable to comprehend that such a thing could actually exist. But then the smell hit her, a blend of rotted meat and excrement. Ew, tae, excrement, and the horror became real once more. The creature bellowed again. This time, Kindness responded with a scream of her own.
Alright, you bastard.
Scream, uy!
I won't scream.
Alright, you bastard!
No, I won't scream.
You scream, gonna responded with
Alright, you
how she
bastard.
fought, eh? As she fought as her scream echoed off the high cliffs around them.
It's Yurmi.
It's
Let's
you-
go.
Mm.
Sa
Okay.
mukha.
The shade eyed Kindness with bemused interest. Then it began looking from her to the house and back again, as if urging her to look at the destruction it had so gleefully wrought. With dread building in her heart, Kindness glanced towards the house. Through the smoke and flames, she spotted a small figure struggling to escape the ruins. Grandma. At the sound of her voice, the old woman began waving frantically.
She's alive. She's alive.
Kindness.
Oh, the
Kindness'
guy.
legs sprang. Ikaw, mama, good, she's alive. Kindness' legs sprang to life as she raced across the yard towards the flaming wreckage of the house. Before she could advance more than a few steps, the shade opened its mouth, let out a roar, powerful enough to uproot trees and send them flying. The blast sent Kindness tumbling. Kindness tumbling through the air before smashing her against the rocky earth. Stars danced in front of her as she tried to remember how her legs work. Get up! Get up!
Okay, Joe will play Kaine now because I'm really a bad actress.
May kinapulan. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up! No! As Kindness struggled to her feet, the shade stomped toward the house, pinned her grandmother to the ground with the tip of a claw. The old woman struggled to move the claw from her stomach, but she might as well have been pushing a mountain. She coughed briefly, sending a small spray of blood into the air, then collapsed to the ground, her energy spent. Kaine lurched to her feet only to fall back to the earth with a gasp. Her ankles were on fire. One or both of them were surely broken. Ignoring the pain that screamed through her body, she began dragging herself across the ground, leaving a drunken trail of dust and blood in her wake. Grandma! Hold on! Just a little longer. Her grandmother's face was turning blue, her eyes rolling back until only the whites were exposed. Kaine pulled herself across the ground with maddening slowness, the distance seeming to increase with every second that passed. The shade glanced between the two women and flicked out of its tongue, its giant mouth turning up at the corners. So yung ganahan ninyo.
Kanang kuan, Joe. Ikaw bahala. It's up to you. It's up to you.
Ningon ko Morgan Freeman, di ka ganahan.
Ayaw to Morgan Freeman. Kaya iya guys, gadali ko.
Or panting breaths.
Ano?
Wells from somewhere deep inside its core.
Kaya to
And in the
kumanan,
brain. Go!
Asa naman ta?
Next.
Next na ito.
Bastard! Laughing at us! She had no idea how such a mindless creature could experience emotion, but there could be no doubt the shade was taking joy in her suffering. Yeah, I see your plan. The shade moved its claws slightly, allowing Grandma to breathe again. It was clearly keeping her alive, only to snuff out her life when Kaine was close enough to touch her. I'm gonna kill this bastard! Summoning all her strength, Kaine rose to her feet. There was a sickening snap from her right ankle as her foot twisted backward, but she forced it from her mind and began to hobble toward the monster. Pulling a small knife from her pouch at her waist, she leapt on the foot that pinned her grandmother and plunged the weapon deep. Here! Give her back! She screamed. Give her back to me! It was like a stab. It was like stabbing a rock. After a few swipes, the knife broke at the hilt with a dull snap. The shade panted laughter again, then raised its tail and sent it rushing through the air towards the young girl that was lashed to its foot. Kaine never had a chance. The tail struck her square in the chest and sent her crashing to the burning wreckage of the home. As she lay on the ground with the blood pouring from multiple wounds, a small, weak voice spoke up. Kaine? Kaine's vision blurred, but she forced herself to focus on the sound. Finally, her eyes cleared enough for her to make out her grandmother's hands reaching out to her through the smoke. Grandma! Ina, you gotta run. You can't pass this one. Kaine grabbed the hands, held on with all her strength. Grandma, come on. We have to go. The old woman coughed loudly. One of her hands, slick with blood, slipped from Kaine's grasp and thumped to the ground below. Grandma, no! No! I said run, God damn it! You have to live! You have to get through! The thought would stay forever unfinished. Before she could say another word, the shade's clawed foot descended, smashing through the remains of... Oh my god!
Sorry. Okay, Joe.
Blood... What okay ba?
Sorry.
Ano sa Kaine?
I'm sorry, na-misclick na ko. Sorry.
Blood oozed from the gaps of the creature's toes as the terrible putrid smell assaulted Kaine's nose once again. She stared at the foot, dumbfounded, convinced that what she was seeing could not possibly be real. Another day, when the creature finally lifted its appendage, all that remained underneath was a twisted, unrecognizable mass of rubble and red. Her grandmother was gone. Kaine blinked, tried to feel the hands which had been in hers just a moment before. For a fleeting instant, she could remember the warmth of that embrace, the trembling of the fingers, but then the sensation drifted away on the breeze and was gone. Memories flashed through Kaine's mind, one after the other, faster and faster, until they became a meaningless jangle of noise. Kaine screamed, a thunderous sound that echoed off the cliffs and seemed to roll away forever. The shades eased forward, black ichor pouring through its mouth, dissolving into smoke on the ground below. The earth shook with every step as it crept towards its prey. Kaine's body slowly rose as if controlled by a mad puppet master. Her arms and legs were bent at impossible angles. Her head lolled dangerously to the side, yet somehow she managed to stand. Staring at the shade, her eyes began to glow with a deep red fire. The creature, so confident just moments before, took a slow, hesitant step backward, trying to discern if this broken human could possibly pose a threat. Kaine seized the moment, laughing like a mad woman. She leapt into the air and plunged the shattered hilt of her knife deep into the leg of the shade. The shade shook Kaine off like a fly, sending her crashing to the earth once again. Her chest rose and fell slowly as if a great weight was resting on it. Moist sounds of pain echoed through her mind. Something warm and thick oozed from her ears. Is that blood? Think it is. Think I'm bleeding to death. No, can't die. Grandma told me to live. Deep inside Kaine's mind, something finally broke. The sound, the pain, the smoke, the flames, all of it faded away until all that remains was a single incantation, repeated over and over again. Kill it! 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 Kill it now! As the spark that was Kaine's slowly began to flicker and die, She felt her desire to kill and her desire to live blend into one. The distance between heartbeats grew longer and longer and longer.
Uy.
Oh, finally, thank God.
Oh,
Holy
it's not
crap.
finished yet. I think it's finished
Oh,
or
lala.
no. I don't know.
Kapahan niya ay.
Ay, guap. Chicks.
Chicks kibay. Ano si Kwan? Tubi? Yorha?
No. It's
Yes, si Kaine.
from another world. This is
The
Kaine.
beast approaches.
It's si Kaine.
Oh, I know.
Kana katong babae. It's her, Kaine. Yay, patay boss na pud ko ani. Dritso boss fight oy.
Taas kayong basa niya. Who's fight na yun? Kanya kung mamatay, balik tagbasa ni.
Balik kag basa, Joe. Nyara.
What anger this creature must have.
Ay,
How did
kamatay
it even
ha,
survive
kapiro
these
basa.
past 5 years?
Joe, listen to the
I'm not gonna let this happen again.
to the
It
voice of
dies
this
today.
character, Grimoire.
Sword.
You got a nice voice.
It's not the blade, but the skill of the user. Strike it down.
Ay, mana na yun? Okay. Ready, Joe. Ready, Joe. Basa na po kag balik, Joe.
Oh no.
Ay, 1 hour tawag binasa. Ay, kapuyag. Basa-basa. Ay, ganina na akong basa na. 1 hour of reading for 2 minutes of game fight.
Kinsa man ni mura manig si Kwan. Mura manig kanang ang voice mura man nagadab sa Kwan
Ansa man?
sa mga Dragon Ball.
Paminaway ang tingog sa libro, Joe. Nindot siyang tingog. Oh, balik na sa Ready na ka, Joe?
Asa tayo sa
Diyan,
lahi
tingog
na
man.
sad
Lahi na sad.
na accent
Sige.
katungo tong Scottish.
Sige. Ready na ka?
Catley. Okay, right. Weakly, softly, the shade, sure that its tormentor was dead, turned and stomped towards the horizon. Okay, balik na mo kung Scottish lang ta. Stopping along the way to bellow one final roar. Couldn't kill it. Shame beyond imagining, Kaine tried to turn her head to the side, but only succeeded in coughing up a huge gulp of blood. It was getting difficult to say, and only after a moment of fierce concentration did she realize that her left eye was gone. Laughing to herself, she turned her remaining eye to the ruins of her room. Noticed the ragged stump of her arm resting a few feet away. Gwen said that. Selvern. Yeah, that's mine. She thought with a mad giggle. This is gonna make clapping a real bitch. Huh? Somebody
Say, huh?
cried of sudden voice from the depths of her mind. Finally gonna die, are you? Well, you had it coming. Go to hell, Demo. Get someone's Demo. She fought at an unseen assailant. Go to hell before I pluck out your eyes and feed them to a dog. The voice of her childhood terror evaporated into smoke, only to be replaced by another, more recent voice. Hold still, said the apothecary. Matt materializing from the ruins like a ghost. I want to draw you. That way you could live forever. No! Stop! Don't want to live forever. Want to die right here. I see, he said quietly. Well, if that's what you want. The spectral shopkeeper fluttered in and out of existence for a moment, then produced a piece of paper, sketched quickly. After a few seconds, he turned the page to Kaine and smiled. Since you reject my offer, I decide to draw someone else. It was a picture of her grandmother. Mother. Real as life. Kaine opened her mouth to thank the man, but stopped as the picture began to blacken in the middle. Before she could say anything, dozens of multi-legged insects began to swarm across the image, tearing at it with sharpened pincers. Stop! No! Don't hurt the picture! Kaine reached with her remaining arm and waved futilely at the air. To her surprise, the insects fell off the picture and into the ground below, where they vanished in tiny black tendrils of smoke. Relieved, Kaine turned her good eye back to the picture, only to open her mouth in a silent scream. The sketch now showed her grandmother, as she truly was, a smashed, unrecognizable lump of nothing. The apothecary smiled, then broke into a jolly dance. See that? He cried as he danced in his jig. It's perfect now. She looks just like you. I look like that? Oh God, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Drowning in despair, Kaine laid her head back in the mud and smoke of her ruined house and waited for the end to come. But just before she let everything go, an unfamiliar voice began whispering in her ear. What's it? Unfamiliar?
Yeah, unfamiliar voice.
Ain't you got a wish, sunshine? Ain't you got a wish, sunshine? The voice was vulgar and fierce at the same time, as if insanity had somehow found a way to take form. Kind of wanted to scream as the voice crawled under her skin, but her lungs refused to work. You know, a wish, like a prayer or something. Why don't you get on your knees and start praying to heaven? Please, invisible man in the sky, save me, save me! Kind of finally resorted to shouting at the voice with her mind. I don't make wishes. They don't come true. They don't come true for me. I'm a curse, a freak. I should be left to die. The other voice boomed in her ears. Oh God, you are the best. Kinda glanced down and saw a black shiny substance oozing from her legs. She tried to brush it away, but her remaining arm would no longer respond. The substance slowly crept around her feet, and then began moving up toward the rest of her body. Is this death? Is this what it's like? Or is my mind just losing itself? She could feel the slime oozing upward, feel the hot searing pain it left in its wake. Whatever else might be happening, she was still alive. And this was real. Come on, said the voice. Let it go. Kaine tried to ignore the voice and concentrate on the pain, but the newcomer would have none of it. Don't ignore me, sunshine. You're ready to give up, ready to die, so why not let me have it? Have what? Your body. Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. I want to stand on the ground, feel the rain, taste the wind. voice paused, as if licking its lips. When it resumed, it was filled with mad, unabated joy. I want to take your hands and use them to choke the goddamn life out of people. I want to tear out their throats, bathe in their blood just like before. In response, Kaine shifted her head and vomited. The warmth of it crept down her front and mingled with the pain of the encroaching black ooze. Are you a shade? Yeah, maybe. What of it? The slime reached her face, crept past her nose, slowly oozed into the socket of her missing eye. Ooh, yo, ew, ew. The moment it touched her brain, Kaine was struck by the most powerful sensation she'd ever felt in her life. It was ecstasy. She wanted to scream with delight, but all she could manage was a small, whispered moan. Feels good, don't it? Yeah, asked the voice with a chuckle. What could I say? I know how to please the ladies. Now give me that body. Come on. Give me that body. I'll give you more of this feeling. It's a fair trade. Come on. Yeah. Black lump began to protrude from Kaine's side. Repisking for me now. As she watched, it grew longer and thicker, eventually taking the form of her missing arm. I can see better, she thought. My eye must be growing back too. Slime reached to envelop the rest of her face, but she managed to brush it away. Stop, she whispered, marveling at how she had regained her voice. Stop! Black ooze hesitated as if considering this request, that quickly shimmered down her body before disappearing in a cloud of smoke. What the hell, Sunshine? Screamed a voice. We had a deal. I thought you wanted to die. Grandma said, can't die yet. A brief image of her grandma, bloodied and broken, flashed before her eyes. She saw the shade that had killed her, heard its mocking laughter, then closed her eyes and forced the image from her mind. Her whole body was quaking with rage. When she opened her eyes again, they burned bright red. That thing took my grandmother. I have to kill it before I die. Kaine glanced down and saw a mysterious pattern. The pattern of the shade burned itself into her left arm. Well, I'll be damned, said the voice cheerily. Look at that, Sunshine. I think you and me are gonna be good friends now. Kaine stared intently at her arm. The more emotional she felt, the more the letter seemed ready to puncture her skin and begin infecting the rest of her body. The arm clearly had a will of its own now. Stop! Gotta stop! Holding her left arm.
Oh, sorry. It's so annoying with I thought that it's not finished yet. Okay, sorry, guys. Sorry.
Come on, don't fight it, pleaded the voice. It's my favorite dish, and I'm hungry. Let it go. Feel the anger. Burn with the fire of revenge. Thirst for blood that go out there and... Shut up, and get the hell out of my body! Your body. Oh, that's rich, Sunshine. Real rich. Look, why don't you just shut up? Why don't you just up and die so I can have this body all to myself? Why don't... Excuse me. What do you say? I bet those bodies of yours in the Airy would love to see you dead. Kaine grabbed a nearby shard of glass and tried to saw off the shade's infected portion of her side. Before she could, her darkened left arm grabbed her right wrist, crushing it. Kaine screamed and dropped the shard as the sound of bone crunching on the bone filled the air. Stupid idiot girl. You're possessed now, Sunshine. There ain't no going back. The voice laughed again, a loud, long wail that seemed to go on without end. Possess? Whispered Kaine. Yeah, possess. You and me. We got what you might call a timeshare arrangement. Remember how folks used to think you were a freak? Well, wait till you get a load of you now. Kaine looked up, tears in her eyes. The sky seemed smaller somehow. Darker. Is this because of that shade? Is this how they see the world? So, listen, heard the voice. I know this whole possession thing seems a bit sudden, but it ain't all bad. There's plenty of it for you too. I'm a very powerful creature, Sunshine. Now that power belongs to you. Got enemies? People you want to kill? I can make it happen. That little fat kid that you kept picking on you? That big old shade that squashed your granny? Well, we'll wrap them up in their own assholes. No more abuse for you, Sunshine. No more pain. Oh, wait, said Kaine. You're a shade. Why would you help me kill another shade? What? You think I'm some kind of racist? Some killing snob? I don't give a good goddamn who you murdered, honeypants. I just want to drink from the well. Kaine considered this as she struggled to her feet, the power of the shade coursing through her. Smoke from her house was drifting away with the wind, and she enjoyed the way the cool evening breeze felt on her new left arm. After a long pause, the voice spoke again. So, how about it? You and me? We could have, some good times together. Look, I'll even take care of that bloody part if you don't want. Fuck off, asshole, muttered Kaine. I'll handle the killing. Screaming the voice. Look at you go. Oh, Sunshine, we're gonna have so much fun. So listen, my name's Turan. If you ever need me, I'll just be hanging out in this piece of meat you call a heart. Now get to it. The more you kill, the more your heart turns rotten and sour. And I like rotten and sour. Kaine found herself nodding at the voice. Yeah, she said. Yeah, I think this can work. I'm gonna find that shade. I'm gonna strangle it with its own gut. And when I'm done, I'm gonna do the same to you, Turan. Count on it. Yeah, laughed Turan. I'm shit bigger than you, so good luck with that. And hey, one more thing. Right now, you and me are sharing this body. But if you ever run out of hate, if you ever, go soft, then I'm gonna take over everything. So keep on killing, Sunshine, and watch your back. The voice grew fainter and gradually faded away, fading to somewhere deep inside Kindness herself. Kaine waited until she was sure the voice was gone, then waved her new left arm around a few times. Feels perfectly normal, she thought. Feels like mine. Desperately, she began poking and prodding at the new limb, determined to find something wrong with it. She didn't want it to feel normal. That would mean the creature inside her had already won. I am not a shade. I am Kaine. Repeating this mantra in her mind, she slowly began digging through the rubble of her house, being careful to ignore a certain red-stained spot in the corner. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity of heartbreaking work, she found what she was looking for. It was the wreath of lunar tears. Though it had been through hell and back, the garland's petals were bright as ever. Kinda started it in her hair. I started to place it in her hair, then slowly lowered the wreath and stared at it. I'm sorry, Grandma. I'm so sorry. But I don't deserve to wear this anymore. I'm possessed, corrupted, a freak. And this time, I don't think there's any going back. Holding the flowers to her heart, Kaine fell to the ground and sobbed. As night gradually lightened to dawn and the people of the area arose to their daily lives, she remained in that position as if tears could somehow wash away the horror that now infected her world.
Ay.
Alive.
Alive!
Stay alive.
Stay alive!
Stay alive.
Stay alive! Grandma?
Kaine,
Her
you gotta
nanay voice.
live. You gotta come back to
Kaine,
us.
you gotta live! You gotta come through with this or something.
Are we finished reading? Grabe na this. Hello, Ace!
Hey.
Thank you for the like, Ace. And thank you for the shares.
Audiobook to ha? Libre. Kailangan na ako'y bayad ato eh.
Likramo narrator eh.
Usa to kalibro akong gibasa.
You were the one calling me, weren't you?
Ay mo ni si Kaine?
Recognize me?
Wala ka batig daw ni Kaine.
Babae, uy.
I knew you right away. Thank you, Kaine.
Cheeks kiss kayo ni sa.
Welcome back, Kaine.
Asa si Kaine? Kanang
Wow.
kanang weird?
Kanang babae, good. Kanang weird kay si Emil na
So-
siya.
How long has it been?
Okay.
5 years.
Amo ni si Kaine, kaning chicks.
Kagwapo.
Akalain. Mag-away, so muaway siyang shade. Yung ana yung sinuotan.
Actually, this outfit, I unlock it from
Shit.
Yonah, from
That's a long
Automata.
time.
So yes.
So mag-heels siya.
Mag-heels siya. Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind sa ko like
At least, Joe.
ang top.
At
ang
least,
skirt
Joe.
na even though it's so mini, ultra mini,
Hey,
micro
that's,
mini.
That's less mini because the original one is worse.
Alo,
You can see her
di mo
butt
di
and
na-
so on.
Di mo gina na skirt, kuha mo na.
Panty.
Panty naman na.
Yeah.
Well, I don't mind that. Pero mag-away ka, you're fighting
Fighting
in
with that
a,
outfit, yeah.
with the high heels.
Of course, oy.
I mean, come on.
I'm just gonna give him a high heel kick.
We are still no closer to finding her.
Yonah.
We need a way to
Yonah,
locate the
Kaine.
Shadow Lord.
By the way, this is for you.
Is that a lunar tear?
Nanasan eh.
It's
Napanikuan,
not as good as
epilog.
your grandmother's, but I tried.
Ansa Joe?
Napani epilog.
No, it's
Naapa na.
great.
Kanta na ni Joron.
Di epilog ba kanang napay kanang last
Last nga.
chapter sa libro. Klaro kay walay bas-bas sa
Kaine
libro
waking
eh.
from her long
Oh,
petrified
siya man
sleep.
ibasa.
Diba? Napani
Neil's
epilog.
unflagging kindness.
Kanang
Our
final
union was a
chapter
happy
sa
one.
book ba?
And we let
See?
it wash over us
Oh
like
my
rain.
god. Oh. Siya ni basa.
That is, until Devila and Popola had to go and ruin it all.
Oh, finally, I think we finished
Are you kidding
reading.
me? You can't be serious.
Please try to understand. People are tired and scared, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry you have to bear the brunt of
Manana
that.
ni.
Manana ni siya, Joe. Finally.
Nagtinapulan. So, bali, nagtinapulan ang mga voice actors ani.
Oh,
Pwede man day sila na sila man day magkuan,
gani.
mag-voice acting.
Mo gani.
Kita pag ipabasahon.
You were reading. Oh wait, you were reading for 30 minutes and I was reading for an hour. My gosh.
Oh my
So it's a
God.
long read. Grabe ay hurot akong laway ay. Oh my god.
This is crap, and you know it.
Ah,
It's okay.
Sanay mong kantahan, Joe.
We can sleep
Hindi,
outside.
ako hindi kong kantay. Sakto na
No
to.
one's sleeping outside.
Muna to akong kuan talent show karon na daw.
You and Kaine saved this
Yeah,
village.
dako na hugutang
Now
ani
they
Joe.
want to run you out?
I have a big
Utang ba?
big utang to Joe.
I have a big...
Big utang.
Ay,
People
nako.
are afraid
Aray,
of
nako.
us. And really, I understand.
Hey Joe, thank you,
I mean,
Joe. Oy,
look at
grabe si
them.
Joe, oy. You saved me. You saved me from all the
Yeah.
feeling.
Anytime, sunshine.
Yeah, kang giluha.
Yeah.
Giluha.
Kasi nga na to niya.
Rapist kay gag tingog ba? Grabe,
Yeah.
Joe, eh.
Take over your body. Give it to me. Come on. You're gonna like it. You're gonna enjoy every single moment of it. Come on.
Ang ngayon kay ka, Joe. Ato to
Ah,
ka, Joe.
kapuyat. Sakit kay tutunlan.
Mo gani.
Gamit atong voice.
Mo gani. Ayay.
Aray nako.
Okay, Joe. Thank you, Joe. Salamat,
So,
Papa Joe. Bye. So, guys, that's it. That was Joe Fox Gaming who made the voice earlier, who helped me in all the reading in this game because there was so much. I feel, yeah, it's 1 hour and 30 minutes of reading, so it's really a lot. So, I'm glad that Joe, Joe just pop up and helped me a lot in the reading. So yeah, thank you so much, guys, for bearing it, for yeah, staying with me. And also, hello to Cheska. Thank you for the like and the shares. Dai, Cheska. So, yes. Hindi mo nabutan si Papa Joe, Ches. Okay, let's go back in the game, guys.
As long as you're still with us, I can deal with it. Right, Kaine?
I'm used to sleeping outside.
But
We'll see you later.
Sorry about this.
Okay, so now we're back in the game. I hope we won't have a lot of reading again later.
What is the matter?
Kaine always sleeps outside. I never thought about that until just now. Never even occurred to me. Damn it.
We should turn in.
Okay.
I didn't get much sleep that night. For the first time in my life, I hated Devila. For the first time in my life, I doubted Popola. But those feelings are pointless in the end. They said and did what they did for the sake of the village. To protect it from the horror of the Shades. Really, how can I blame Devila and Popola? In the end, I'm just as bad. Because I never once stopped to think about Kaine and Emil's situation myself.
Okay. Ay, mao day voice sa book. May pa na akong voice ganina. Di na siya ma-audio. Paminawa niya. Try to listen for it later, Joe.
I should apologize to Kaine and Emil. But what good would that even do?
I got a fire going, Kaine.
Wait, is that...
Good.
Campfires are weird. I'm so happy to get to talk to you again, Kaine.
Yeah, me too.
I tried everything I could think of to save you, you know. I polished you with a special cloth. I poured warm water over you.
Wait, you poured water on me?
Yeah, but it didn't really do much except make you all shiny.
Hey, Emil. Thanks for saving me.
I guess you noticed how I look different now.
I'm sorry, Emil. I'm sorry for all of it.
Well, I mean, this new form isn't all bad, you know? At least I can look at you when we talk, right? Hey, so why don't you tell me something about yourself?
I'm not very interesting. Sorry.
Come on. I just want to know you better. Please?
Fine. This all happened when I was a kid. Before the whole shade possession thing. My body is different. And when the villagers found out about it, they started treating me like a freak. But one person, my grandmother, accepted me just as I was. No matter how bad things got, she gave me the strength to keep going.
She's really special to you, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, hey! That gives me an idea. Since we cured your petrification, we should start looking for a way to cure your possession in my body. I know we can do it if we all work together. Heck, it'll probably be super easy.
Let me guess. More warm water?
Okay, can we just forget I told you about that?
Oh, they're so close now. So yes, guys, earlier, I forgot to tell you, if you guys are interested to follow Joe Fox, visit his page, Joe Fox Gaming, who streams a lot of cool games. He got a nice content, so visit his page if you can, if you want. And I promise you that he is really nice and really worthy. So yes, Joe Fox Gaming, thank you so much, Manoy, Joe, Papa Joe. Okay, my gosh. So where are we now? And yeah, Joe, if you're still here, the one who
Sleep well?
yeah, this is the book's voice, Joe, and the one who played Kaine's voice is the one who played Abby of The Last of Us Part 2. So Abby and Kaine have the same voice. Okay, so let's go back.
Sure.
And yet your red eyes tell a different tale. Don't be so hard on yourself, lad.
I need to go see Devila and Popola.
Very well.
Okay, so wait guys, hold on, give me a minute. I'll just take a pee break because it's been 1 hour. It's been 1 hour and 30 minutes that we've been trying to read the story. So I'll be back in a minute, guys. I'll be back, just a sec. Okay, so now we're back. So let's go. And Jofag says here, mo lagi may pato ako ang voice ganina. Syempre Joe, mas may pato yung voice ganina. Okay, let's try to. What is this? Yeah, I've got something. I think this is not really important this time. Okay, let's go out. So I think we can start the story. So now, as you can notice, guys, we already know the story, the beginning of Kaine, but it's not really explained very well because at the end of A, the run A, it says that we can now use Kaine, but actually no. In this game, in this B, we're not using Kaine. We're not playing Kaine. So I really thought that we can, but it's not possible. Probably in the future stories, but not in B. So I've heard that it will be possible on story E or D or something. So yes, that's it. So okay, let's try to save it. We're just gonna save it. And as you notice, I changed my name to Kaine, thinking before that I might going to play Kaine. So let's try to go back and talk to Popola first, since she's only here. So yeah, this game is really interesting.
I should talk to Devila first.
I find it really interesting and very intriguing. It intrigues me. Yeah, I'm curious about this game, so I really wanted to know more about this. Oh, Devila's here.
Hey.
Oh, hi. I kinda thought you'd never talk to us again.
I understand you're doing this for the village, and that you don't have a choice.
Pretty much, yeah. But look, why don't you go talk to Popola?
I'm headed there next. Oh, and Devila?
Yeah?
Sorry about yesterday. I shouldn't have lost my temper like that.
You don't need to apologize. Anyone would be upset when their friends are hurting. Let Emil and Kaine know that we're sorry, alright?
Alright.
So as we advance in the story, guys, each run adds something about the game, about the story. So that's also the reason why I don't want to skip the text, because it's really important. It explains everything about the characters there, and it's really important. And Zyra says here, next Kuya Joe kay Emil nga run. I don't know if there's Emil run, Zai. We'll see.
Popola?
Oh, hello.
Look, I want to apologize for
Stop. You didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, but neither did you. You're just trying to protect the villagers. And I jumped down your throat for it.
It's very kind of you to say so. Regardless, please don't let it trouble you.
Ahem. I believe there was something you wished to discuss with us.
Oh, right. Yes, about that. You know about the lost shrine, right?
The temple where I was first discovered.
That's it. Well, it seems that the Shadow Lord's lair is connected to it somehow.
Oh ho. It was right under our pages the whole time.
But the bridge that leads there is unusable.
So take a boat.
A boat?
Yes, the canal's finally been repaired. It took a lot longer than expected, what with the shades and all. I also asked them to provide a boat at the path to the Lost Shrine's back entrance. The ferryman will let you use it free of charge. That should make it easier for you to move from town to town.
Thanks, Popola. I feel like you've done so much for me. I'm really grateful. All right, I'll see you around.
And for the love of everything, Be careful.
My god. For the love of everything, be careful. My goodness. So yes, for those who've seen already the whole story of this game, especially on the first run, if you notice it, we are in the middle of the story, and each run, you don't need to make the whole story. You will arrive in the middle. Starting second story, starting B, C, D, and E, you will start in this part. You will start in the middle of the whole story, and it explains everything in the end. So yeah. And from Zyra, who is mad about
the path
something.
above the entrance to the shopping district should lead to the boat landing.
And I understand her because she saw everything last time and she noticed something in the game. So
How excellent to know the canal is finished. Hopefully this puts our days of running all over behind us.
The faster we can move, the faster we can save Yonah. Let's
okay,
use it as often as we need.
let's try to go back to the village. In the first run, I also didn't finish all the quests here. The side quests, I mean, it's not really necessary, but we are required to do some
Just the person
side
I
quest
wanted to
anyway.
see. Do you have a moment?
Not all of them, but some of it.
What's up?
Our water wheel is on its last legs. I'd like to shore it up, but the job is a little beyond my skill set.
This is a wise thought on your part. That wheel is a machine of not insignificant age. Better to repair it now than wait until it fails completely.
I suppose we'd all be in trouble if it broke. So what do we need?
Replacing the axle and the paddleboards should suffice for now. I believe the Strange Thing store in Facade should have everything we need.
And from Zyra, papabarang ko yung creator ng pag walang Emil.
All right. We'll head there when we have a minute.
Gigil na gigil si Zyra dito eh.
Thank you. And while you're gone, I'll track down someone to do the actual repair work.
So yeah, the story
it's
of
you,
this game is really how you call that one? It's a bit complicated to explain. But for those who started it and finished it on the first run, I can understand that they have some, just like Zyra here. Hey, she's so mad.
What have we got today? Which job should I give you first? Got a job from Seafront if you aren't too busy. It's a guy. Looking for something. Look, just go ask him, alright? I wrote down the client's location on your map, so head over there to get the details.
So yeah, it's understandable that Zyra is mad about the story because there is something in the story that was really depressing, and characters here are just doing their part. But I believe that there is something behind it, Zyra, that's why they did it.
Oh, you, huh? Just leave me alone, will you? Funny how lonely it gets when those brats aren't around.
After the kids she used to take care of by the fountain died, my grandmother's mind began to slip. I'm worried about you. You've been a different person since Yonah was taken away.
Thanks, but you don't have to worry on my account.
How about buying something,
I don't think we have all the money in a way. Let's try to see.
I worked it out. The two boys are going to stay with Popola.
We don't need it.
Shop here more often, yeah? Man, I'm bushed.
So yes, for those who are interested about this game and interested about the story especially, I really recommend you to play it at least until run 5, run E.
Hey, look who it is. Remember me?
That red bag. By my pages, you're the slovenly half of that couple who refused to stop arguing.
Hey, it's been a while.
Sure has. I've been in charge of this canal since we last talked. Apparently I did a pretty good job with it because they decided to make me the permanent ferryman.
Oh yeah, huh? Congrats.
Thanks. Still, it's not all puppies and unicorns. The old ball and chain is always harping on me now about how much I work. Anyway, if you got a place to be, just let me know and I'll take you there.
Okay, I'm from Vazaira. Opa. Opa said may book daw niyan, pero katamad magbasa na super kapal na book. Yep, I'm going to reveal it soon, but I have a part of it that's on the way. We'll see. We'll see, guys. Okay, so let's go. We need to go to the seafront, I think. Wait. What do we have as a quest here? It's in Facade. Oh, okay. Let's go to Facade.
Oh there! Just tell me where you want to go and I'll do the rest.
So yeah, you don't need to take all the side quests, but there are also side quests that is really interesting, and yeah, sometimes you don't have choice but to take it. But if it's only for those small ones that you need to complete, it's not really, yeah, just not really necessary. It's just necessary for those who really want to have a completionist. So yeah, I'm a bit disappointed in this part because I thought that I'm going to play Kaine, but actually no. Because on the end of the run A, it says that we're going to play Kaine, but in the end, it's just the story of Kaine. Yes, there's no Mamoy for now, Zai. Mamoy is still not available. Out of stock. Out of stock, Dai.
Sure, I guess. Why?
Aotaza kushitato zeza. Ira chiotaza kustaenzi. De, irota tatota de techi irete. Ira ota de kitainzi. I zetsosuka to tate atsute. Gyusso dokito.
Okay, we need to take that quest.
If I can track them down, they're all yours.
To? Zisa? Takutogaiku.
Wait.
Kito, zetsosuka to tate gyusso. Yori ro kisu otezai kiku.
And Zyra says here, oh nga, dapat si Kaine na yung lalaro eh. Scam yung creator. I think there's a reason, Zyra. There's a reason why we can't play Kaine for now. So, things that is happening here always have a reason.
Hi there. Do you carry axles and paddle boards?
かえあれでちく。ただ、ことたるテッソとレタキテ。
Oh, great. So, how much do you need?
これギュッソグツ、ギュンでく。
Gotcha. I'll be back in a bit.
Water wheels are great, but they're a pain in the butt to maintain.
In the past, humans harnessed different methods to provide energy.
Like what?
One such method was achieved through the intricate compounding of iron and fire.
Wow. What did they do with that?
Oh, a great many things. It could be used to power large iron crates called trains, or illuminate whole cities against the dark of night.
Oh.
きっとゼソスカと立てギュス
Okay, I think we don't need anything here. Doesn't look like we have other quests. Let's get out. Where are we going? Wait, it's so weird that I don't have any side quests. Let's try to make our side quest first. Let's try to go to each shop. So just a reminder, guys, I will be away I will be away for 15 minutes in less than 10 minutes, or in 10 minutes, since I have to do my mommy duties, pick up my daughter in school.
アルテルアーチ来たぜ。ストルシクルソと。
So, how much money do we have here? Expensive, huh? Enix sphere. I don't know, wait.
裏の座。
Want to see my weapons first. I'm lost again because it's all in English. They don't have the same name. No, this is my second run, Zyra, and to complete the story, at least you have to complete it until run 5, run E. So yeah, we'll see. Okay, so my weapon is this, my finisher. Let's not buy weapons for now. Doesn't look like there's some side quest here.
アルテルアーチ北材虚数量と1有利打点ウラヌザアルテルアタトキたち
Okay, so there's nothing.
アルテルアーチ北材と吉は
So crystals there. Okay, now we're just gonna have to walk then, run. Ay, namatay. Why did I just jump there?
Oh, great. Covered in sand.
Diving in sand is an excellent way to lose health. Do try to be more careful, hmm?
Yeah, let's get out. I don't know where we can find this thing. This pink moonflower seed. We'll look for it later.
It's hard to believe there are plants that can grow in this desert.
Yeah, this'll never work.
How do you mean?
I mean, if plants could grow here, it would be full of them. God, books can be so stupid sometimes.
Have you ever planted anything before, Kaine?
Nope.
Well, then you don't know. You gotta try things out for yourself.
Indeed. Experimentation can often be the key to new knowledge.
You guys sure are a bunch of optimists.
Let's try to go to the Barren Temple. Go straight. Oh. Certain enemy attacks are capable of inflicting poison status. Poison will clear up on its own after enough time has passed, but it can also be cured right away by using an antidotal weed. Oh my god. This is the road. What's here? Oh yeah, yeah, we don't have anything for poison. Let me try to see. Ah, this one. Okay, have that one. Hehe. We love this part, right, Zyra? Love going back and forth here. Don't worry, we're going to... This will be the second time. And we still have 3 more. Oh yes, we do. We do love this part. Oh my god, I'm out of the... Gosh. So we went there. This is open. Did I miss something there? One crystal. Yung hinahabol ka sa mamoy gusto ko. Wala diha, pang torture yung gusto mo, Zai. Okay, this will be the last thing before we take a break. Before the mommy duties. Oh, no more challenges here. I'm surprised. I thought I will have more challenges again. Nice. Maybe here. Let's see the other side. Malate masiguro ko ani. The store will not open. Okay. Bored na si Zyra. Gusto mo pala ng may linti ha. Seems like we can't do that thing here for now. Anyway, we have 2 minutes. Oh, everything is open. What is this? Am I going to have a crisis in this part again? Hurry, hurry! I'm in a hurry. I have to fetch my daughter in 2 minutes. Okay, basic mouse. Grabe, oy. Oh, what? So it's... we can... My gosh, we can't dodge, by the way, guys. It's... oh. Okay. Yep. For now we're good. But we're running out of time since I have to do my mommy duties. Malilate lang si mama ng very slight. That's it. That's it, Zyra. Palagi namang late si mama eh. Yung nanay naglalaro pa dito. Oy, I have to go soon, oy. You have to go na jud, guys. Oh my god. We'll just leave the stream in this part. So, we will be ready after. So, yes. To those who stopped by here, thank you so much. I'm so sorry I have to leave now, and I'll be back in 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. I just have to check my daughter, then after I'll be back in the game. So yeah, thank you so much for those who stopped by here. To Joe Fox Gaming, Eyakinka Gaming, Mr. Pabo, thank you so much. JNK Gaming, and to those, yeah, everyone who I forgot to mention, thank you so much. I will see you again later, guys, in 15 minutes. And yes, I wish you have a great evening. Ciao! we're back in the game, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I took long. Okay, so let's go. Try to see if this is open. This is not open. Maybe we just have to get out from here. Gates were open here. Okay, I think we don't need to do anything for now then, since the gates are still closed. Ah, this is open. This is open. Ay, namatay. My God.
God, having sand in your clothes is the worst.
It makes one want to enjoy a bath for certain.
Gosh.
Weiss, can you even take baths?
Perhaps humans are simply
my
not
God.
designed to swim in sand.
Oh, great.
Oh no, my God.
Covered in sand.
I can stay
Diving
longer.
in sand is an excellent way to lose health. Do
Oh
try
my
to be
God.
more careful,
Oh, great. Covered in sand.
Diving in sand is an excellent way to lose health. Do try to be more careful,
And Zyra's back. Hello again, Zai. Zyra of Eakinka Gaming. Thank you for staying here with me. Iha Mia. Oh, it's still the same then. It's useless to go here for now. We don't have anything, don't have any challenges. Wow, for the first time. I don't have anything. Oh. How can I go there? Another one. Another one! Oh my God! And this time it's on the other side. Yay! I thought I'm going to die again. Speaking of that, naka-comment bitaw ko gamit na sa stream ni Kuya Lex. Lagi ingon bitaw si Upan ako. Kama sa pizza eh. Wala mang chismis. Wala ka ba chismis? So this, yeah, that thing is really confusing when you try to change your profile. It's so annoying. We have to go to wait. Let me try to see for my quest. Maybe we can try to go to... Yeah, maybe we can try to go to the bay. What do you call that one? Let's try to see... Oh my God. Littoral. Seafront. Let's try to go to Seafront. Where can we find that? My God, nadala pa og atik. Maayo mangatik eh. Klaro kayo, Dots. Klaro kayo eh. Maayo kay mangatik eh. Kira na, Zai. So let's try to go to the seafront. We might have some side quests there. Let's see. Siyempre, ikaw pa ba?
Oh there! Just tell me where.
Wait.